We know many things that don't age well. Decades I was under the impression that the movie Time Bandits is an impressive testimony of human culture, filled with spirit, creativity and fine art. Well, and then I watched it again as an adult. In the case of Casio, let's face it, despite the fuss influencers make about the brand, most of them are cheap pieces of plastic, the watches, not the influencers. But when you are amongst the millions that had a Casio as a kid or teen, then chances are high that you are still a bit infected by the brand. And the good news is that Casio has a vintage line where they offer digital watches with a clear link to the golden days of childhood. We're speaking about steel cases here, not plastic. And even better news is that Casio has 2 new models in that lineup. And so let's go over the specifications of the new Casio A1000 MA. We have a quartz watch here with a steel case and a width of 38 mm. Length lock to lock is 40 mm, height 7. The watch displays date, month and day, has a chronograph function and an alarm. The crystal is mineral glass and the water tightness of this piece here is indicated with 0. It comes on a mesh bracelet and is available also gold plated. The prices you see here are rough numbers, they depend on region and seller, for example. So first we see the typical Casio look, somewhere between Star Wars prop and the panel of a 90s dishwasher. Today it's hard to imagine that these watches were considered modern at any time, but I think that's part of the fascination. Earlier vintage models could be damn cheesy, like this one here, not a watch but some sort of porn with that fake mother of pearl dial, but our new versions here avoid such cruelties, and I must say especially the golden watch looks pretty decent. These dark brown tones together with the gold are not exactly on the level of a Rolex root beer, but they offer a pleasant and warm look. Imagine this watch on a sunny day in combination with a polo or a t-shirt or even a linen dress shirt could be perfect. And with the mesh bracelet they managed to add some elegance to this simple watch. Gold, mesh, quartz. This is a weird mix of flashiness and understatement. One word about the size now. You will find images with these watches on female arms, so unisex models, but for me personally that's not a problem. 38 mm are okay for many people. And by the way, I've seen it quite some times that manufacturers alter these images. They alter the size of a watch to make it more balanced on the model's wrist. I've seen this even with a big Breitling, I think 42 mm watch that suddenly looked tiny on such a wrist shot. And now people will complain about a water resistancy of 0 meters, also not a problem. I remember very well that half of my class in school used to wear cheap plastic Casios every time, everywhere. Things like this here. I don't recall the exact models to be honest, but nobody ever had a Casio ruined by water. I don't know this for sure, but I think after a jump in the pool you can just let the thing dry and it will run again. By the way, I also remember that one kid had to wear one of these sweatbands under the watch because the plastic caused a very unfriendly looking allergic reaction. And so here with steel and mesh we have 2 very nice options. And that said, let me close this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week. And excuse me for one big lie in this video, Time Bandit still is a masterpiece.